Nuggets in Vegas. The number's 26.5 over/under wins. Should I be betting the over or the under?
Yeah, I mean if 26 games is one of the 2 or 3 worst teams in the NBA. Is basically what they're saying.
Yeah.
I think the one thing Vegas isn't dialed into was how bad it was internally, and how that internal strife showed up on the basketball court in a way that now.
There's a load lifted off this team.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. To me, it's been the biggest. It's been the biggest story of the preseason.
Well, why don't you think anybody? Forget Vegas for a moment. Guys who are knowledgeable in basketball. I saw Sports Illustrated, or you probably saw this.
Yeah.
And it had only the Nuggets only beating 2 teams in the conference, the Lakers and the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And I'll throw this in that the Knicks were only going to be better than 1 team, Philadelphia. So I got a 2-part question. I mean, is that really? I mean, you think the Nuggets are better than that they would be better than 5 or 6 teams? And secondly, given that number 1 pick has a lot to do with why we will examine the Knicks all year long, are the Nuggets and the Knicks pretty even? Because that's really what this national publication is saying.
Yeah, the separator is the conference, right? So. While I think the Eastern Conference is going to be better this year than it was last year, the Eastern Conference kind of props up bad teams in a way that the Western Conference doesn't. So let's put it this way: the Nuggets, let's just say
but
they
if
win.
you're an Eastern Conference team, let me just throw in there, you're playing a lot of bad teams. A lot
You
more
are
bad teams.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you are, which helps. I mean, the 8th seeded team in the Eastern Conference last year had a losing record. It's been that way for a couple of years. So, the Knicks, they have to be really, really bad to continue for that pick to continue to mean something. And I think they're capable. I think they won't be good. I mean, listen, I don't think either team is going to be world beaters. I have the Nuggets between 35 and 40 wins, which is not going to get you anywhere near the playoffs. Yeah, I mean that's roughly. But if you think about it, it's only 5 wins more than what they had last year. 5, 2, 10 more than what they had last year. So
what they finished with last year?
30. And I think so split it in this when the atmosphere was at its worst. They had something like 20 wins by the time Brian Shaw was fired. Last 23 games, largely against playoff teams, they went 10-13. I think we'll see 10-13 repeated a lot this year over the course of you just kind of extrapolate that out over the course of a season, more than 20 and whatever it was prior to that. So, I think atmosphere and buy-in and comfort level and all those things, they mean a lot in this situation. And then they have capable players on the front side. It's not like a Philly with a bunch of young players, and when young players can't win in the NBA. There are some guys who have done some things, so I think the 2 of those together will help.
When you go to buy a car, what do you really want? You probably want a lot of cars to choose from. And you want the dealership's best price. Not some starting price or target price, the best price. And you want it immediately, not after hours of negotiating. And you want a salesperson who doesn't get paid more if you spend more. Because, well, you don't want to spend more. Well, you're in luck. John Elway wants all of those things too. Better yet, John Elway wants you to have all of those things too. Come see us or click on johnelwaychevrolet.com.